What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today I've got more news for you. Today we're looking at a couple different things. It's Lightning Overdrive news, not just a date for the TCG, but also a couple of hints as to some other stuff we're going to be getting, not just in this set, but even in sets prior to this set, which is really cool. We'll talk about that. And lastly, we have DRYTRON, or not lastly, sorry, we have two new cards. We have the DRYTRON XYZ monster that just got revealed. This card's crazy. We'll get to that in a second. And we're also going to talk about one by one, a new normal trap card. Let's start with this guy and let's get into it. So starting off here, we have one by one. This is a normal trap card, so you can only activate once per turn. Its effect says, send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then target one of your level 1 monsters that is banished or in grave, except the sent monster, and add it to your hand. Now, it's fine. I mean, I think it just, like, it's too much here. Like, it need to be something simple. Like, if it's specialed from deck, then maybe we're looking at something. But send from hand or field just to get a level 1 back from banished or grave. So it takes setup as far as getting a level 1 banished or engraved. Then it takes you to send another card. So technically it's a 2-for-1. I know you could ideally be sending something like a Shadal monster or something. Although this is by cost. Oh yeah, it is by cost, so it wouldn't even trigger Shadal. So it'd have to be something specific that gets triggered on any send whatsoever. So yeah, it's an interesting card. It's fun. It's a cool new take on 1-for-1, the spell card that's at 1 on the ban list, and for very, very good reason. But I don't see any reason for this card to take over the meta or any meta decks to play this at all, for that matter. So we're gonna say this card's meh, but it's a cool card. Whatever. It's interesting at least. Then we get to the other really crazy card from Lightning Overdrive. I almost want to say Lightning Vortex. We have DRYTRON Mu Beta Fafnir. This card looks insane. I mean, even as far as DRYTRON designs go, I think this one is one of my favorite ones, even though they all kind of look very, very similar. He is one of the ones I like a lot. One of the ones I like the most. So he is a rank 1 light machine XYZ effect monster. He takes 2,000 attack, or he has 2,000 attack, 0 defense. His materials are any 2 level 1 monsters. Kind of nice. Just any 2 level 1s can make this. Pretty cool. And you can only activate his first and third effects once per turn. Yes, he has 3 effects. The first effect reads, if this card is XYZ summoned, you can send one DRYTRON card from your deck to the graveyard. Phenomenal. Second effect, if this card would tribute a monster or monsters for a ritual summon, you could attach the appropriate XYZ materials from this card instead. Incredible. And the third effect, when an opponent's spell or trap card is activated while you control a machine ritual monster, quick effect, you could detach 1 material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So, what do we have here? We've got 3 effects, all good in their own rights. And I think they all just like put this card toward being like very, very good in DRYTRON. I don't think we really needed this, considering DRYTRON is arguably the best deck in the format right now. I know it's contending with stuff like Virtual World and Dinosaurs and like other control decks, Zoo Eldritch and stuff like that are still pretty good. But man, DRYTRON is really up there, and this card really just is another really good card they can take advantage of. So, breaking down his effects, I mean, on summon, sending a DRYTRON card from deck to graveyard, that's insane, because the best place to have DRYTRONs is actually in the graveyard. They are all pluses in graveyard, whereas from hand, they're actually more break-even cards a lot of the time, unless you're tributing something like Ben 10. So that's insane. Also, don't discount the fact that you can send Metiana's DRYTRON, the ritual spell, to grave, then use the ritual spell to lower this guy's attack by 1,000 to add itself back to hand. And then if you even went to activate this card again, or activate the ritual spell after that, it wouldn't even matter that you cut him in half, because he lets you use materials that are attached to him instead. So if you had any DRYTRON attached to him, you're still tributing 1 2,000 attack point monster essentially to get a monster on the field. So that's insane. And then like the tribute effect is like really nice. It just gives you very, very fuel efficient ritual summons, which is really cool. And then the third effect is kind of the bonus. Right now, the way DRYTRONs are built, you don't really play into this card Although I guess you could end with like a Ben 10. Isn't Ben 10? Aren't the Cyber Angels machines? I want to say they're machines, but they might be fairies. No, I think Ben 10's a fairy. I'm going crazy, man. Hold on. Hold up. Let's do this real quick. She's a fairy. Well, damn it. So I don't know. You'd have to change up the build and actually maybe play some of the DRYTRON boss monsters for this to be possible. I don't know off the top of my head what other machine rituals are any kind of playable. Necros doesn't really play machines. I'm trying to think, but nothing's really coming to me off the top of my head. I don't know. That could still be just an awesome bonus effect. I mean, if you just get to that point and you put that up, that just makes this an additional, totem bird, essentially. Just negate of a spell or trap, which is pretty good in its own right. Like negating a lot of search cards, a lot of like outs to stuff, Book of Moon, Mind Control, Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, all that stuff. This card would be very useful to hit. But even if we don't use this effect, the first two effects are plenty good. Dump a DRYTRON extender, and then make your tribute, your ritual summons extremely fuel efficient. I think this card's amazing. I could easily see a point in the game where DRYTRON gets hit, like maybe Ben 10 gets banned or something, and then the deck kind of pivots to like lean on this card much more often, just to make up for the power loss in Ben 10, because this card can get you a lot of advantage, or at least save you a lot of advantage, which is really good. So I think this card is very scary, making a deck that's already scary even more scary. All right, and then the last piece of news we have here is Lightning Overdrive news. We have an official date, May 13th, 2020. That's a little strange, I'm not going to lie. I was really expecting this to be more mid to early April, about a month earlier than the date actually is, because usually we get 4 core sets a year, which means they'd be about 3 months spaced apart. We're getting Blazing Vortex the beginning of February, so I thought beginning of April makes sense here, but it's actually coming a little over a month after that, which is a little concerning. I don't want Konami to space sets out like so much that it feels like the game's slowing down and formats get more stale because we're not getting a constant influx of new product. But I understand they've had some slowdowns with COVID, so maybe just until things are fully back to normal, they're probably just taking it slow. They've had to push products back, so maybe they're giving themselves that extra month just to like guarantee that they'll be able to hit the date no matter what and not have to change it up on people. So it is what it is. Hopefully it isn't a sign for things to come. Hopefully not every set will be spaced out so much, but we'll obviously have to see on that how that goes. But as far as the actual reveals goes, Lightning Overdrive is poised to shock the dueling world and reinvigorate not one, but 2 beloved monsters from the worlds of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated series. The first is obviously number 39, Utopia. As we've seen, some of the first cards revealed for the set was a handful of actually pretty good kind of XYZ Utopia spam cards and boss monsters and new rank ups and stuff. They actually seem pretty promising. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because it's been a while since I've seen like an actual Utopia build that's like really focused on the Utopia stuff. But even if it's not, some of the cards just seem generically good at just summoning a bunch of level 4s to the field or efficiently without your normal summons. You play around disruption and stuff to then get to a couple rank 4s and threaten your opponent, which is pretty good. So definitely looking forward to this. I definitely have my eye on these. After that, Lightning Overdrive rewinds time to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and introduces a new upgraded form of Akiza's beloved Black Rose Dragon. We saw this the other day. These cards look amazing. There's Blood Rose Dragon, an insane new boss monster on special summon, on synchro summon. It shuffles both graveyards entirely back into the deck. Then if you used either a plant synchro or a Black Rose Dragon to make it, you also get to destroy all other cards on the field, not itself, and it's a 3200 beater that also protects itself from destruction. Very strong. And also a bunch of engine cards too. Like there's a new plant synchro that's really good. There's a new Rose Dragon small monster that's very good. It's like a Stratos for the archetype that adds itself back to hand very easily. So that's very good. There's a new extender card that's searchable off the new monster that just says Reborn a Rose Dragon. which is really strong. And then I can't remember what's the last card. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, a new little plant tuner that's actually pretty good as well. Getting you allowing you to do really cool plays with like Witch of the Black Rose, like adding it to hand, giving you an additional normal summon for it, and stacking a Rose Dragon on top of your deck so that you guaranteed resolve her effect for a +1. So really, really cool stuff. I cannot wait to see what that deck looks like. Maybe it'll be the next variant of Dragon Link, not just splashing like 3 or 4 Rose Dragon cards as like a little mini engine, but as like the main engine, and generic Dragon Link cards just become support extenders to add to the deck. I think that's where the deck might actually go, because these cards are really have some promise. So we'll see what goes on that, though. We'll see how that ends up. Then getting to here, it doesn't stop there. A brand new strategy invites all duelists to explore the excitement and mystery of a monster-themed amusement park. That's obviously Amazements or Amusements, whatever the actual name is going to be translated to. And the story of Falls Baz that began in Rise of the Duels continues onward. We've already seen a bunch of those cards revealed. We'll see if there's any more, though. And then for the last stuff that I want to talk about, this is like the big stuff. More cards for the War Rock World Premiere theme introduced in Blazing Vortex. New cards for strategies introduced in Phantom Rage, Genesis Impact, and Blazing Vortex. We've already seen some that we just talked about. The DRYTRON card. We already have the Live Twin card revealed the other day, and I can't even remember if there was... Oh, and the Magistus XYZ as well is also in here. So that's really cool. A couple things from Blazing Vortex. We'll see. We've seen some of that stuff already. And then Phantom Rage, we've seen a couple things also. New monsters for old fan favorite themes as well, but we've seen most of that. Probably we might get a couple more in the last 12 cards that need to be revealed. But the big thing here is this War Rock World Premiere theme. It's funny that they actually announced it here. Like, we knew we were getting a World Premiere theme in Blazing Vortex. It'll be revealed probably in the next couple weeks. It's funny that they actually drop the name here in the course that it comes after Blazing Vortex, saying we're going to get more War Rock. We'll see. I mean, that could be another rock archetype that's pretty good. I mean, I'm excited to see it. I'm kind of nervous, though, because we have Adamanticipators now, and even with Block Dragon Band, if that's another good rock archetype, man, people are going to be licking their chops with their Adamantipator cards, getting ready to fling them out. But I'm curious to see. Obviously, we'll get that revealed in the next couple days, but we'll be ready for it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. New War Rock archetype. Let me know in the comment section down below what you even think that could mean. Like, what? Obviously, it points to rocks, but what does war mean? I don't know. It's very vague at this point. We'll see what it means. Also, let me know what you think on the new DRYTRON XYZ monster. This card looks kind of crazy. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts on this as well. Like, how good is this really? Does it not even really have a spot in the deck right now? Or is it going to be the new focal point of the deck if, like, Ben 10 gets banned or something? I'm definitely curious to hear your guys' thoughts on those things. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from me in the future, specifically news, deck profiles, discussion videos. Those are my bread and butter, but I also have plans for the future as well as far as different videos go. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.